Josh Johnny with Argo Stockworks here in Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm going to take you through how we introduce a dog into our pack. So in the yard we have only our pack, but we've got Ginger here taking a leak who hasn't quite been introduced to them yet. She's passed them in walks, she's been around them while they've been down in training, but never off leash in the yard. So what we do is we've got the prong collar and we've got the leash. In the beginning we set the yard up so that there's nobody in her personal space. The rest of them are down there. You can't really see, but they're down there. So let me open up the gate for you here. The whole key to doing this is keeping the dog's energy nice and calm and relaxed. It doesn't mean it's always like that, and they can't. Sorry, I dropped you on the ground. It doesn't mean it's always like that, but it does mean that in the beginning we want to keep the energy nice and low so that we don't kind of get into anything that's over adrenalized play that gets too rough and then turns into a fight or anything dangerous like that. So we got Nick out here. He's got the stockyard whip. We use this pretty often. It gives us a good, helps us to kind of keep dogs away from each other. If the intensity is getting a little too high, it helps us to separate them, and it also helps to give a really clean, quick correction in case one of the dogs goes into an adrenalized, excited state when they're not supposed to, which could cause a dog fight. So now that she's kind of gotten her initial sniffs out, I'm going to bring her into a walk. Let's go. She's a little alert, but it's not too bad. Some of the other dogs. See, the good thing is it's got a nice, really relaxed yard here. That's how you always want to introduce them. So right there, we'll allow this, sniffing each other. That was completely normal. It's just another dog giving a little bit of correction, saying, it's a little more than I want, and you saw Ginger respected that. That's good news. That shows us that she's going to do well with the other dogs. This is Margot, who is even more of a stuck-up dog than Maggie is, who definitely doesn't want people all up in her space. So now what we'll do is we'll just walk her around a little bit, because what I want her to know out here more than anything is that I'm on her side. So in order to establish that, that means we need to walk around just a little bit on leash. With me always right there, she's not focused in. Give her a little bit of guidance there with the leash, just to kind of condition her to always look to me for direction. Don't ever take things in your own hands in case something goes down. Okay, so now we've done several laps around the yard, just kind of letting her see and smell the other dogs like you've seen already, and then encouraging her to keep following. So we're going to walk her down here to the other end of the yard where there's not much going on, and at this point, we're going to drop the leash. This way we do this at this end of the yard, and then she can choose to follow or she can choose to stay there. At this point she can do whatever she wants. Now what she does still have is the prong collar and the leash, just in case something happens. Then we can get to her really, really quick and give her a really quick guidance versus taking everything off. Now as a disclaimer, don't ever try this in a yard full of dogs that you don't know them at all and you don't really know how to handle them. These are all our own personal dogs, and they're all very much well trained. So we don't have to worry about this, but if you leave a prong collar on while dogs are rough playing, it's very easy for a dog to get that, a tooth caught in the prong collar and then freak out and then they kill each other. There's tons of horror stories about it. As a disclaimer, I would personally recommend only do this if you have a professional around, but this is kind of our system, and we micromanage everything so much that we don't really see an issue, and it's not too dangerous when we do it. It's actually incredibly safe. So Ginger's not really moving around too much, she's kind of staying still. So at this point what we'll do is we'll actually grab the leash and we'll just start walking with her. We want to bring her around to the other dogs because we don't want her to just sit there and all by herself. We do want her to be a little bit social. So we'll just kind of pull her down here because she may be a little confused and give her a little bit of room. Now we'll drop. There we go. And at this point it's always important to keep moving. Never stop walking. Always keep walking. When you add motion, it encourages the other dogs to walk and have motion as well, and so it doesn't give dogs too much time to stop and stare at each other and lock eyes and potentially have something bad start. It's okay, I'll walk too. So the great thing, what we're seeing here with Ginger, is a dog that's not super fearful and not a dog that's not overly aggressive, really a very easy dog. This is a dog just to introduce it to other dogs is probably going to go smoothly as long as you have the other dogs under control. She feels absolutely at ease, not threatened at all, and that's really, really what you want. That's what you want to communicate to them on a holistic level is when you're with other dogs, you're in a situation where it could get ugly. always look to us because we're going to protect you, and she certainly feels that way because she's so relaxed. Here's the key to our introduction process for a dog, introducing a new dog to your pack. First step is you want them to walk around a little bit with each other. Ginger's had time walking around with our pack. You want them to be around them. Our pack is in a down, she's in a training mode. That's just how we do it. It may not be how you do it at home, that's how we do it. And the last part is, once our pack is in the yard and they've kind of got all that energy out and they're back to a chill place, then we'll bring the dog in on prong collar and leash and slowly introduce them, slowly let them off leash, let them kind of get their bearings and feel how everything is in the yard, the energy. And then from there, we'll just let it go and see. And we're always micromanaging, watching any moment where it looks like the adrenaline's going to go up, or it looks like there's an intensity, like a stiff body or staring or anything like that. That's the danger signs that we're looking for. And at that point, we'll interrupt by either walking up to him saying no, the leash is near, we'll grab the leash and give a little pop. If we've got the stockyard whip, we'll use it and go in between them to kind of create a barrier and kind of usher them away from each other. Those are all the little elements that we use those tools. The idea, we're looking in a holistic way, is you're going to be around other dogs, you're going to be off leash, and everything's got to be chill. If you get too overly excited, we're going to bring you back down to being really chill. This is the starting point. Once they're really chill, once they can relax and be laid back around other dogs, then we'll start getting them excited, get them running around, and then from there, it's the exact same approach. Prong collar, us coming in, interrupting, the stockyard whip, whatever we need in order to kind of keep them from getting to a place that could be dangerous. But in a holistic way, when you're introducing a new dog to your pack, everything's got to be chill, relax. Don't do it when everyone's amped up, and always take extra precaution and make sure everything's safe. Don't ever put a dog in a situation where you think they're probably going to get into a fight, because they probably will. Josh on you, Argos Dog Works.